Welcome to a new video. We're back on a bank and you join us out getting some fresh air. We actually had a wicked road trip planned the last week, but unfortunately it didn't happen because some idiot decided to get ill, didn't they?
Well, they might have done, yes. So I turned the big 4-0 last week.
Hey, 4-0! Woo!
Oh, yeah, wicked. Yeah, so I turned 40 last week. We had a brilliant multi-species, multi-venue sort of week planned. And yeah, I managed to pick up some pretty horrible bug. And this is the first time I've been out of the house in the last 12 days. So yeah, pretty epic fail, mate. So sorry about that. But
it is what it is, mate.
You've got ill anyway, so.
I have, yeah. I'm not feeling too great the last few days. I've been in the house as well, but feeling a little bit better today. So we've come out, mustered a bit of energy up, haven't we, mate? And yeah, we're going to try and see if we can put a fish on a bank. And if we can't, we're going to just enjoy being outdoors, getting a bit of time outdoors, having a bit of a chill, having a chat, and probably having a coffee or two, I reckon. Yeah,
that sounds like a very, very good plan, mate.
So, you know what we need to do?
Probably get some rods out.
We do, mate. Yeah. Let's get some rods out.
Ain't been that long, I remember what to do. Come on.
Come on, let's get it done.
Right then, so I'm just going to flick out a second rod. The right hander is already out, and the left hand's going out on a little 12mm pink pop-up with a little mesh bag of some pellets, and then it's got some S7 amino smoke all over it as well. So little pop-up because I'm going to flick it down towards this sort of overhanging tree here. So let's take the bail arm off because that's always a good start. I'm going to try and just flick it in between some of these branches. Yeah. Lovely little depth as well. So yeah, perfect. Happy days. There's got to be some carp down there.
Right, and rods away then, happy days. Unfortunately, the audio on all the GoPro footage on mine from now on actually corrupted and I lost it all, so not ideal, but we're making the most of it and I'm doing a bit of voiceover. Not my favourite, but it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, very spirited fight off that far bank on the solid bag. We've got our first fish in the net. What a way to kick off the session.
Nice quick bite. Obviously not a big fish by any stretch, but it was nice to see the rod rattle very quickly. I reckon that was probably 5 minutes and that rod rattled off. So the solid bags to that far bank might be the way to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the left hand rod in position. It's about halfway out at the moment in the sort of middle of the lake, which seems a little bit deeper. So I'm going to keep that in place. And if I get another bite on that far bank, then I will definitely put both rods across. So we'll see what happens, but I've got the rod back out there, so it's back in action. Let's see if we can catch another one.
The same rod is away again, the right hander on that far side on the back of the wind. It looks like the fish are held up on that far side. I guess it's the most comfortable part in the lake at the moment. On the back of the wind, you've got shelter from the embankment as well, so I imagine they're just shouldered up tight to that far bank. Now this fish put up a wicked scrap, you know, really sort of darted about here, there and everywhere. Same as the last one, only a small common, but really, really enjoyable. Slipped it into the net, happy days. I actually just unhooked it and just let it go straight out of the net. Didn't want to mess around, just wanted to get that rod back out there, back in the game.
Well, 2-0, happy days. So yes, that far side definitely looks to be the one at the moment. I've now sent both rods across to the far side. I think I mentioned that earlier, that if I did have another bite, I think I was going to concentrate them all over there. And guess what? Hugh has actually now jumped into my right and he has now got a couple of rods out across to this far side as well. So he's jumped onto my right side and basically is fishing across to that far bank, because I've had 2 bites there. It looks like maybe that's where the fish are holding up, so we'll see what happens. Now it seems like it might be a little bit shallower where he's fishing, so it might be that actually he needs to fish sort of further down the bank, maybe to the left more, but we'll see what happens. So it's all about sort of casting the rods around, searching out the areas and seeing if we can fall on this pod of fish, because there's clearly a few out there, and hopefully Hugh can get a couple of bites, because he deserves it. You know, it's been his birthday, he's turned 40. I mean, he's an old man now and he's been feeling ill, so he needs a bit of a pick-me-up, so we could do with a bite. So hopefully the old man over there in the chair, he's even got to sit down, he's so old, and hopefully he can get one as well, and yeah, he can catch up. So yeah, let's see if we can get a bite. Well, I've had a couple of bites. I thought I'd just talk you through the tactics of how I'm catching today. And I'm on the solid bags again, because last time I did well on them. I always like to switch to solid bags at this time of year. I just find it such a good tactic. Near enough anywhere I go, I always have so much confidence in that little parcel of food that is going to get me a bite if I stick it in the right place. So anyway, this is my solid bag bucket. So I tend to keep this in the van, so it's ready to go wherever I am. And I can grab it, you know, if I don't actually take it to my swim, because I'm not intending to use solid bags, I can still go back and get it if I end up needing it. So I just keep everything in here all up together so it's ready to rock. So I'm going to quickly go through it just to show you. So these Ridge Monkey buckets, I'm sure you've probably seen them before. They've got a little tray that sits in the top, which is really handy because it allows you to keep everything nice and organized. So in the top of here, I have basically got all the bits and bobs. So I've got my rigs on some winders in there. I've got all spare bits and pieces in there. I've got some hooks, some rig material, PVA tape. I've got a few little liquids as well. And in this one, I've got some ground bait. So I use that for drying out the rigs that I've just used, so I can obviously take all the moisture away from them. I also use the ground bait to put in the bottom of the solid bag so I can compact it even tighter. It also gives me an extra option if I want to put some ground bait in the bag and not use the pellet. It's obviously a different feed signal as well. So yeah, plenty of options there. In the actual bag itself, I've mainly got the pellet mix, which is obviously what goes into the solid bags. I also keep my made up bags in here as well. Keeps them nice and dry, stops them from obviously melting down. But yeah, I keep a few all ready to go, and I try and keep them all tied up as often as I can. If I get a bite, I try and get it tied back up, ready to go, because if you get any sort of thick and fast action, you want to be able to get the rig straight back out there. In here, I've also got some hook bait. So I've got some wafters, a few different colours in there, and the bug flavour. And I've also got some bottom bait, some cured bottom baits. On some venues, I find a bottom bait is more effective, sort of match the hatch style. I've also got the solid bags. This time of year, I'll always just use the extra smalls because I don't want to overfeed them. I don't want to put too much feed out there, just a little small parcel of bait. And then I've got the absolute golden ticket, and that is the amino smoke. This stuff is absolutely fantastic. It pumps out loads of retraction, offers a big sort of hazy cloud around the bag, and I think it really helps draw those fish in. So it's got a really easy nozzle on the end which you can push. You can literally push it straight into the bag, squeeze it in there, and yeah, you've got all that good stuff to obviously draw in the fish. So yeah, that's how I use my solid bags, and it's been doing a business today.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Well, Hugh has got the bite. The rods haven't been out there for that long, and his right hand rod's trundled off. So happy days. Hopefully he can get this one in and get that birthday bite he's had to wait all week for.
Lovely little platform here to play for. Oh, oh, oh.
Just bringing the net, mate. Whoa, oh, need for oh, sorry, mate. Is it a monster?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, classic common, it looks like. Seems to be quite a lot of commons in here. Oh, in the net.
Yes.
Boom!
Looks like I'm getting my hands cold.
Yep. Yeah, it's bolting that water. Oh well, it's a bite, man. That's what we came for.
Absolutely.
Happy days.
Check. And a carp. That'll do. Right, let's go home. Right then, well, there we go. My lovely little prize. Might only be small, as Shaun said. We're only here to get some fresh air and hopefully catch a couple of these. So thank you very much, fella. Made the last 12 days of flu-ridden sickness all go away. 2025, we're up and running. Right then, so as Shaun has mentioned, his tactics wise, solid bags and small parcels, I thought I'd just show you what I'm doing on this session. So really I'm going to talk to you about the mesh bag at the end there. So it's quite a small little golf ball size of some Maxi Cray mix and also some S7 pellets, so two different types. Definitely something I like to do in the colder months. I've got an 8-inch Ronnie there. It's bog standard, you've seen it 1,000 times before, but I just wanted to touch a little bit more on how I'm using little mesh bags that are quite easy to nick on, and how I like to do it is by just nicking onto the hook, and then I'll leave a bit of a tag on the mesh which I can then wrap around the back of the bait and then back onto the hook point, and then that way it sort of traps the hook bait. It means that there's no way of it sort of moving around the hook and catching onto the point, and obviously leaving the rig out in the water sort of yeah, less effective, should we say. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on this session. Simple little mesh bags, nick it on, a little bit of the amino smoke, as Shaun's already touched on, a incredible liquid, and then it's good to go. So going to reel one of the rods in, crack this one on, and yeah, get it on out there.
We're going to get on that far bank. I actually lost a bite before this one. Unfortunately it dropped off, but I think it's just because of how erratic these fish are. But this one again, really spirited fight. It shot down to my right to walk out onto the platform. Hugh went ahead of me and saved the line from catching and getting cut off, which was lucky. But this fish, you know, considering it is small, had so much energy, absolutely full of beans in the cold water. Really surprising, but it was nice to be getting regular action, you know, after being stuck indoors, feeling ill. It was nice just to be getting a few bites, and this one slipped over the net cord. Happy days, fish number 3.
There we go then, first mirror of the session. Lovely little fish in its winter colours. Put up a nice scrap, and he wants to go out. See you, mate. That went well.
Right then, so we just slipped Shaun's fish back, and it was nice to see the bobbins dancing once again, because we had a period of inactivity and it was looking pretty quiet out in front of us. We probably got about 45 minutes or so, and I've managed to get Shaun to put the kettle on. So yeah, we've got a nice warm brew just being made at the moment. So we'll sit back, have a little slurp of a nice warm drink, and fingers crossed one of us can have one more before it's time to peel off.
Right then, that is the end of the video. Back at the van, it's time to hit the road, but we've had a wicked day, just well, afternoon, just chilling, having a bit of fresh air. You know, it's like medicine to us, you know, trying to get out, get some fresh air in the lungs. I feel sort of back to 100% again, nearly, not quite, but yeah, we had a few bites, and yeah, it's a good bit of fun. So think you enjoyed it, didn't you, mate?
Yes, absolutely, mate, and it was much needed after sort of like the last sort of 12 days, 2 weeks, whatever it's been. It's felt like a lifetime. So yeah, enjoyed it, mate. Thank you very much. Hopefully you have as well. If you have, make sure you like and subscribe. Don't miss any future videos. We upload every Tuesday at 6:30, and even the odd little cheeky bonus on a Friday as well. So yeah, you never know. Keep your eyes peeled. But yes, hopefully you enjoyed it. Follow us on the social media shown at the bottom of the screen. And until next time, get out the bank and be lucky yourself. So let's go home, mate.
Yeah. See you next time.
See you next week.
Like 4 foot tall.
You pick the side.
So yeah, we're back on the bank.
Yeah.
And,
Brought my son out today.
I've shrunk. Right.